This platform gives you and I the ability to generate cash flow literally 7 days a week on autopilot. We're going to break it all down for you starting right now. This presentation is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. Digital assets and decentralized finance involves risks, including market volatility, smart contract risk, liquidity risk, regulatory uncertainty, and potential loss of capital. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Participants should do their own research and consult a qualified financial professional before making financial decisions. Nothing presented here guarantees incomes or returns. So I'd like to get started with a new question, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you a quiz. It's a multiple choice quiz. I would love if you would type your answer in the chat box. So my first question is, what is cash flow as it relates to passive income? So A, it's income earned from a job. B, it's money loaned by a relative. C, it's income generated with little ongoing daily labor after a system or an asset has been established. And D, it's money found in your couch. So what's your answer, ladies and gentlemen? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? I would love for you to type your answer in the chat box to find out how much you know about our conversation today. And of course, the answer is C. It is income generated with little ongoing daily labor after a system or asset has been established. So now let's go to the second question. What is arbitrage? Is it A bet on future price predictions? B, the simultaneously buying and selling on different markets to profit from price differences? C, a long-term investment strategy, or D, a form of gambling on crypto prices? What is your answer? Is it A? Is it B, C, or D? Let's find out how much you know about arbitrage. And of course, the correct answer is B. So let me break that down. Let's say Bitcoin is priced on exchange A at $67,000, but on exchange B is $67,050. An arbitrage trader could buy Bitcoin on exchange A and sell it on exchange B, aiming to capture the $50 difference before the price equalizes. In digital assets, arbitrage can happen because prices may vary across exchanges because the exchanges are not regulated and there are hundreds of exchanges, and that creates an opportunity for you and I to generate a profit when this is done for us using technology. That's what we want to talk with you about this morning. So now the company that makes this possible is called One Trade. Now, One Trade has a parent company called the Arb Group. They are based in Australia and they have experience in this field. But what they've done is they have improved their technology and released One Trade. Founded in the Comoros Islands, it has all of the licenses to be perfectly legal here, including cryptocurrency trading licenses, and they also own multiple exchanges. And all these details are readily available once you get inside of the system. All right. So One Trade opens crypto arbitrage and makes it available to people no matter where you are around the world. It's all based on public trading with high liquidity of cryptocurrency exchanges. So what makes this different, you might be asking? Well, first of all, it's automated, it's transparent, and it is logical. So everything is transparent here, ladies and gentlemen. Every transaction can be tracked back to the blockchain. One of the things we like about the blockchain, it creates that transparency so that you know that everything here is real. Also, there are no hidden fees, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, there is no sign-up fee, no monthly fees, no deposit fees, and no withdrawal fees. And this system literally trades for us, taking advantage of those buy and sell opportunities 7 days a week to generate profit for us. And there is no recruiting required. You simply register, you fund your account with a minimum of $100, and there is no maximum. All right, so the foundation of this program is the power of 200%. What does that mean? The ability for you to double your money literally over and over again. That's the foundation of this platform. And so the profit we earn is going to vary every single day. You see, on June the 5th, the profit that we earned was 3.2%. But you need to understand that past performance does not guarantee future results. And every day, the results from the arbitrage buying and selling is going to be different. So let's talk about how the money works. We have something we call standard arbitrage, which works like this. 50% of the net profit from each arbitrage trade is credited to the client's balance. So if you were in the program on June 5th, that 3.02% would have gone to you. But the remaining 50% is allocated to cover operating expenses and the marketing program. So this is the foundation of the program, the ability to be able to literally double the amount of the deposit that you put in this program and to do it over and over again without ever talking to anyone. All right, so let's break it down just a bit more. Strategy number one is daily cash flow for you and your family. So listen, we've got a ton of bills, ladies and gentlemen, and most of us, we only have one source of income. So that math doesn't even work. We need more sources of income and cash flow. That's what this program can offer you and I without you ever talking to anyone or even promoting it. All right. It's your money literally working for you. So let me just give you an example. How long would it take for you to earn 200% from your deposit? So let's just say that you deposited $1,000 into the system and the profit every day was 2%. That means you would be earning $20 a day, literally for 100 days. It pays out every single day. The money goes automatically into your wallet. And so, based on this example, in 100 days, you would have earned $2,000. So that's pretty good to go from 1,000 to 2,000 is pretty good without you ever talking to anyone. And of course, the daily profit is going to vary because every day is going to be a little different, right? So we want you to understand that. But let's just use an example. Let's just say that the daily profit averaged 2.25%. And you started with $1,000. That means in about 90 days, your account would double and you've got $2,000. You made a really nice profit. And if you wanted, you could literally take that initial $1,000, put it back in your pocket, and take the profit and work with the profit. So now at this point, you're entirely risk-free. All right. So that's an option. That's what some people do, but that's entirely up to you. Or you could take that entire $2,000, put it back in the system so it could double. And in this example, it would be another 90 days, you'd have $4,000. And so you can see in this example that you could potentially really increase your gains with this platform without you ever talking to anyone. And it's entirely up to you how much you start with, as long as you start with at least $100. So again, daily profits are different every day based on the arbitrage results that comes from the buying and the selling. So I want you to understand this is not speculation. We're not trading here. It's literally buying crypto on one exchange at one price and selling it on another exchange in order to get the difference. So very clean cut. All right. So strategy number two is about redepositing your earnings. For what purpose? To maximize the reward program. Because should you decide to share this with others, there's an innovative reward program we're going to talk about that you might want to move up the ranks because that's going to provide you with some leverage from the community. That's strategy number two. All right, let's go a little further. Now, the arbitration spread, that profit we talked about from the difference between buying and selling on various exchanges, that's going to vary. It can be as little as 0.6%. It could be as high as 3.5%, ladies and gentlemen. And that means over a monthly basis, that profit could be anywhere from 15% to 35% or more. The most important thing we want you to understand is that it's going to vary because this is based on real buying and selling. Now, again, the minimum deposit to get involved is $100. You might want to send a little more because your exchange that you're buying it from might charge you a fee. So send 110, 120 just to be on the safe side because you need at least 100 in order to activate the system. And your withdrawals are automatic. We'll show you how to turn the withdrawals on. That money automatically goes to your wallet. It's instant. And as I mentioned, there is no sign-up fee. There are no monthly fees. There's no deposit fees, and there are no withdrawal fees. All right, so let's go a little further. So when you find something good, a way to generate this consistent cash flow, ladies and gentlemen, a way to potentially double your money over and over again, or you might want to share that with some people that you know, some friends or family. When you do so, you can tap into that reward program that I alluded to. And so the way it works is every person that you share this with, when they make a deposit in the system, the company will reward you with a 5% reward based on the amount that they deposit. So if they deposit, if they redeposit, ladies and gentlemen, you would constantly get that 5%. So that becomes a form of additional cash flow for you and your family. But in addition to that, you can qualify to also earn 3% based on what they earn. So that 5% is based on what they deposit. This 3% is based on what they earn. But you need to qualify for that. Let me explain that, how that works. So to qualify, you need to get your deposit up. So this is where that redeposit feature will come in. It can help you get that deposit up, or you can simply add new funds to the system. But I want you to see here, once you have a personal deposit of $500 or more, once you have personally referred at least two partners who have a combined total of $1,000 in their accounts, you become a bronze. And that opens up levels 1 through 3. So as a community begins to build, you begin to earn that 3% up to 3 levels. Now, in order for you to go deeper into the community, you want to increase your personal deposit to $1,000. So you can add funds to it, or you can redeposit, turn that redeposit button on to get to this. All right. Now, once you have 3 partners that you have referred and they have a combined $2,000 in their accounts, you become a silver, and that opens up levels 4 through 6. And you can see as your personal deposit increases, as the number of referrals that you've invited to the program increases, and their volume increases, you move up this reward plan up to 33 levels. All right. So why do you want to start with $500? Well, I kind of just mentioned it to you because you want to activate your position inside of a company-wide force matrix. So everybody's in the matrix. The question is whether or not you're activated. So let me explain to you how this works. It starts with you, and there'll be 2 partners on your first level, 4 partners on your second level, and each level is going to increase by multiples of 2. So where do these partners come from? Well, they come from people you have referred, people your sponsor has referred, people referred by the people you referred. All right. That's what's known as a force matrix. And as this fills up, guess what? You can get qualified to receive that 3% reward, which is paid out every single day based on what they are earning. So in order for you to qualify for that, you might want to consider starting with $500 or more. And of course, you need to have 2 referrals who have a combined total of $1,000 in their accounts. And you can literally work your way through this so that you can receive rewards up to 33 levels. And this could be life-changing. We'll give you an example of it in just a few moments. All right. In addition to that, you can tap into a 2% reward. This is based on network volume. Let me give you an example. So that same community we just saw, right? Part of that force matrix, right? Which includes the people you referred and other members of the community. When that volume increases to $5,000 and you have 2 personals, you'll receive a $100 cashback. And this money can be withdrawn instantly. That 5% is withdrawn instantly, as well as that 3%. You don't have to wait on that, right? And so I want you to see here, as that network volume increases to 15,000 and you have 3 personals, guess what? You get an additional $200 for a total of $300. Pretty powerful, right? But it doesn't stop there, because as the community continues to grow, ladies and gentlemen, you can open up levels 7 through 9, right? And what happens here is when you have a network volume of $50,000, you get an additional $700, right? So 300 plus 7 gives you a total of 1,000. You just need to have 4 partners, right? And then again, it continues. You can open up levels 10 through 12, get an additional $2,000, right? You need 5 partners. And then levels 13 through 15, you get an additional $6,000. You need 6 directs. And of course, it continues from there. And there are actually 3 more levels that I'm not going to show you right now, because those numbers, they get pretty amazing and absolutely life-changing. All right. And we cover those things in detail in our training, which is held every Saturday. All right. So what I want to do right now to help you tie all this together is log in to the back office live so you can see some things in real time. So stand by one moment while I change my screen. All right. So this specific account ladies and gentlemen, you can see it has $12,672 in this account. Now, one of the reasons it has this amount in the account is because obviously this person wants to be able to generate those profits that this can provide, but also this person wants to move up the levels inside of the reward program so they can be qualified for some of the things I'm going to show you right now. And so the way the person can do that is by turning the auto redeposit on or by adding more money to the account. All right. And periodically, this person will actually withdraw from this account. And then a lot of times they won't because they want this to continue to grow. But I want you to see here, thus far today, this account has already earned $180, right? Now you can do the math on that. Let's just see if I can do the math on that really quick, right? And I'm going to show you how I do. It's just a basic math question, but let me do this. All right, great. So what I like to do, I like to go to ChatGPT, and I will literally ask ChatGPT this question. So we got $180, right? I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'm going to go to ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT this. All right, $180.66 is what percentage of, and that's the total deposit, 12,672. Okay. So I'm gonna let ChatGPT do the math for me. Okay. And we can see here it's 1.43%. So 1.43% so far today based on that deposit. Well, that's pretty phenomenal because many of us, we don't even get a 0.5% on our bank accounts in an entire year. But this is all possible because of buying and selling. See, when you scroll down here, you can actually see the buys and the sells. So this is not trading. Remember, it's not speculation. It is buying and selling, one of the oldest business models in the world, right? You buy low, you sell high. So it's purchasing on this exchange and then it's selling on this exchange. And if I click here, it's going to take us here. We can see it's purchasing Bitcoin, BTC, right? It purchased it on one exchange at the lowest price, and it sells it on the other exchange at the highest price. And it made a profit of $14.78. So this is where the money's coming from, ladies and gentlemen. Real buying and selling. You can see the previous trade right here made a profit of $5.84. Now, of this profit, you might remember 50% of that profit goes to us. The other 50% goes to the company. All right? Very, very good. Hopefully you caught that. So let's continue on. Let's talk about that reward program. In fact, before I do that, let me just scroll up a little bit. So I want to show you the previous earnings on this account. If I come here and I click invoice, you can actually see the previous earnings. You can see what this account earned yesterday, what this account earned the day before, what it earned the day before, what it earned the day before. And you can see every day it's a little different, right? Because it's based on buying and selling, ladies and gentlemen. But here's the key, it's cash flow every day. More and more cash flow coming in every single day. And in many cases, without you talking to anyone, if you decide that you don't want to participate in the reward program. So now this is the partner program. This is that 5% that I was telling you about based on the people you refer and the deposits that they make. So this account already today has earned $110. So multiply that times 30. That's an additional $3,000 a month, ladies and gentlemen. That's called leverage, right? You know, every business, every country, every organization has a community that supports it. No entity can be successful in and of itself. They all have communities, just like this. This has a reward program that enables us to leverage the community to have even greater success. And that's not unusual. That's called an affiliate program. And many companies and organizations do that. Okay, so you can see here in about 6 weeks, this account, just because of this, has earned over $9,500, ladies and gentlemen. What could an extra six, seven, four, whatever, $1,000 a month do for you and your family? Definitely, absolutely life-changing. And when you come over here and you click withdraw right here, you can actually see the money that is earned here, right? And you can see $68, 185, 143, 283, right? That's all the reward program. Every single day, we're talking about daily cash flow, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's in addition to the money that you make because of your deposit, right? But let's go a little further. Remember, we talked about the network program. That's that 3% that you want to activate with the deposit of $500 or more, a couple of referrals, right? Now, here, this has already earned $103 today. Multiply that times 30. All right, that's another $3,000 for the month. All right, so in many cases, that might be able to pay your mortgage for the month. And you click over here to withdrawal, you can see how much just this part of the program paid this account. $121, $180, $222, $217, $274. There's no reason why this could not be you as well. All right. So it's just a matter of you putting in effort and being ambitious and sharing good news with other people. Very, very powerful. Now, I want to share this with you also. Getting started is very easy. First of all, you need a referral link. No one can participate here without a referral link. You get that referral link, you complete the KYC, right? And then you're going to click deposit. All right, you're going to agree to the terms, and then you're going to choose the USDT that you're going to fund this with. It could be USDT Toncoin, BEP20 Binance, USDT Polygon, Ethereum, or Tron. All right. So once you pick the USDT that you're going to fund this account with, you simply click on it. It's going to provide you with a receive address. You're going to copy that address and you're going to send your crypto to that address, the same crypto that you chose up here, right? Very, very simple. And just give it a little time and it will be in the system. You're going to click start and you will be activated. That's how powerful that is, ladies and gentlemen. We go through all these things in training and we also have a tutorial video for you. But let me go back to my PowerPoint because I have a couple more things I want to show you that are very exciting. So, OneTrade has also instituted arbitrage trading for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, and Ethereum. So, this is all part of the roadmap. They told us it was coming and it's here. And so, you can participate in arbitrage trading as it relates to Bitcoin. The minimum deposit is zero point 0.1 BTC. So, I think one Bitcoin is maybe 64,000 right now. I'm not sure. So, that would be about $6,400. The minimum withdrawal is 0.01 BTC, and that's operating right now. The daily profits tend to be higher than USDT and Ethereum. But you also have Ethereum, which is live right now. The minimum deposit is 1 ETH. Ethereum is about a little less than $1,800. So that's how much you would need in order to participate in this. And the minimum withdrawal is 0.02. And this has a tendency, the profits tend to be higher than USDT. And of course, the profits on all of these are going to vary every single day because it's based on real buying and selling. So that's some really, really good news about the platform. So now listen, I'm just about done, but I want you to know that we do these calls every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the very same link. Also Saturday at 12. Following the Saturday call, we do a live Q&A training. So you can simply log into winlikthebanks.net and that'll take you to these weekly Zooms. All right, so listen, I am done. One of the things I like about this platform, it is simple, easy to understand. Anyone can use it to leverage their full potential, generate some cash flow, double their accounts over time, do it over and over again, tap into that reward program, and create some really good residual income on top of what you're going to earn from your deposits.